with the divine masculine is thinking about the divine feminine. Hello, beautifuls. I hope you're all doing wonderful. Um, I feel that the divine masculine is thinking about the fact that he has not been there, especially if you and him have small children together. If you've been pregnant and he hasn't been there, I just feel that those have been those thoughts have been heavy on his mind lately. For some of you, you actually said something or you've been praying about a situation and people have been mentioning this to him. I feel like some form of gossip coming from a mother, an aunt, a sister about the children. Okay. And what's been happening is he's been feeling guilty about it. And for some of you, you actually said something that resonated with him, that made him feel, he felt it in a different way. It's the way you presented it to him. He felt it in a different way. And he's starting to see things from the divine feminine's perspective. Okay. So that's for some of them. They are heavily thinking about how they need to step up and be there. For some of you who have kids with your divine masculine, okay. For some of them, they're looking at what was the cause, who caused the chaos in the relationship. Was it actually his mother? So yeah, some of them are doing some very deep reflecting. They're being enlightened for sure about this entire situation. It's like they're doing a lot of thinking lately. Okay, this is what their underlying thoughts are. Y'all know me. I like to go deep and see what's going on. um, okay, now we're going on to a different situation. There are some divine masculines who recently had a child by a karmic. It's coming up, okay, and now the divine feminine has a child as well. That's for some of you, okay. Somebody's pregnant. Um, the divine feminine. Ooh, and then there's some people who you don't have kids, and you found out about a karmic giving birth. Okay, it's a lot going on, y'all. And let's see. I have some divine masculines who have small children, but then they're working a lot. Okay, this it looks like they're always at work, and you're starting to wonder about his money, or is he telling you the truth about this work situation? Yeah, and so um, I feel like there's nothing being said about this karmic person. Are you wondering, is that situation over? It looks like that situation is blocked for right now with this karmic person. If there's a job involved and he's always at work. Okay. I don't know why, but I pick up that for some of them, they're not. You feel like they're either not answering the phone, not calling, or not telling you everything. And it's just like, okay, I'm just going to release that situation, or I'm going to release that energy and just focus on me. I feel like that's what the divine feminine is thinking. Okay. Hmm. For some of you, the divine feminine has been keeping her distance, to where you usually would be calling or texting, but you're just like, okay, you know what? Everything happens for a reason. I'm not gonna reach out anymore. Okay. I feel that. I feel that energy. And let's see. Hmm. I pick up on a sugar daddy. I don't know why. Some of you have a sugar daddy for real. He's taking you shopping. Okay. You went from being by yourself to now the sugar daddy's taking you out. Um, that's only for a small portion. Please, Knight of Ariel. Okay, okay. So here we go. It's like when you is it's just when you stop paying him attention and you're just focused on you. Here he comes with this eight of Raphael. So just because you think he's not paying attention, just know that he is. Okay, I feel like Spirit wants you to know that he's still watching you, still paying attention, and it's like when you're off in your own world and you're not texting him, not calling him, and you're just doing you, you're continuing to do you. He's watching you, and a lot of them, they pull back to see what you're gonna do, what your reactions are. So if you just continue to do you and act like you don't even know that they're not around, just saw 7-Eleven, that's a confirmation. Um, they're watching you the whole time. So that part, okay? Yeah. And so in these cards, the two of Raphael, matter of fact, in four cards, I see the divine masculine coming around. Okay. I feel like if you've said your peace of mind, if you told him, okay, this and this and this bothers me, he knows this already because I have to have patience and wait for the harvest. If you've told him how you feel already, just wait and see. He got the message. Some of you, you're wondering, did he get my messages? Yes, he got them. And yes, he is thinking about you. Okay? Let's see. Yeah, I'm seeing um, some activity happening between the 14th and the 18th with these divine masculines. Okay? I feel like Spirit wants you to be very patient with the divine masculine between those dates. There may be some activity happening around him that he may not like. Okay, but be there for him. If he comes to you about it, between the 14th and the 18th. Try to be patient with him. Okay. If you are sensitive towards him and things like that, when he comes around during those dates, it's going to pay off. I do see a victory here. Okay, there's some type of karmic activity happening around this divine masculine around that time. So patience is definitely key. I feel like karma is like balancing the scales around that time. Okay. I don't want to say too much detail, but it's not, it's something like they may get laid off or they may have to move suddenly or something like that. Okay. They may be released from that karmic situation. It's something like that. I feel like spirit wants you to remain positive. Speak what you want into existence. For some of you, you're being called to make a decision regarding employment. Okay, spirit wants you to know that you're being helped. You're being helped behind the scenes. Spirit is helping you, especially if you're seeing signs that you're being helped. Okay, like a rabbit or a swan, a duck, you know, a whale, something of that nature. I'm seeing 222. The spirit wants you to accept the help that you're given. So if someone goes out of their way to help you, be willing to accept it. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. So I'm going back to what the divine masculine is thinking about the divine feminine, and there's something that he needs to clear up on his end. Like I say, there's some activity going on with him in this karmic situation for some. For some, it has to do with family. Um, but he definitely needs to clear up the air before he can come through the way he wants to. Okay. Now, putting these two together, the distant thunder card and the ascending the mountain, for some of you, he's on his way. He's on his way. He's realizing that, there's a lot of things, a lot of people, situations in the way. And he may energetically feel that he has to take care of this energy first before he can come towards you. Because imagine if he comes towards you and he hasn't taken care of the situation, you know, it'll be back and forth. For those of you who your divine masculine went off with a karmic a year ago, 2 years ago, and you still haven't heard from him, Spirit is showing me right now that you will be with him on Christmas or around Christmas time. That's when he'll be back. That's for a small portion who he's been gone for 6, 7 months. He hasn't called you, a year, 2 years. You haven't heard from him. You know about him and some other girl, and blah 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 blah. You know she's a karmic. Christmas time is when he's coming back to you. Okay, that's a channeled message. And ironically, I do see someone else heading your direction before that. And it'll be up to you to whether you want to take this person. Okay? And he looks like he's going to try hard. So, yeah, I do feel like the Divine Masculine has been experiencing some obstacles in his way for some, okay? And they need to go on this journey before they can even come your way. They can come, but it's going to be, light communication, and then they come around and then disappear. Especially if they live, in a different city, different state, things like that. But I feel like Spirit wants the Divine Feminine to remain positive anyway, okay? And know that you are protected by angels. Yeah. Yeah. So a lot of them have like family issues going on. So with that being said, my loves, let me pull one more card. Yeah, I feel like Spirit is saying to focus on you, okay, at this time. For those of you who are experiencing what I was just talking about, focus on you. And you focusing on you and what you want to do and what makes you happy personally, I feel like that's going to pay off big time. And some yellow roses or yellow flowers may be significant to someone who's tuning in. Or the color yellow may mean something to someone. With that being said, lots of love, lots of miracles. Talk to you soon.